Hi guys, welcome back to yet another episode of Culture Shock, and welcome back to my channel, Poshcateyes Unfiltered. Like I said earlier, Culture Shock is the one thing that I think is funny, hippie and just on trend, and I keep documenting all of those things that I find shocking, surprising, and yet fun as I integrate into my new society here in Australia. Now today's topic is going to be linking it with the election process. We are in an election year here. It's about to kick off in a few weeks or days time, and there's something that has just that I found significantly different as to how election is handled or carried out back in my home country, to which sometimes tells you why we are where we are when it comes to greedy politicians just not thinking for the masses, but rather for themselves. I'll get to that. Let's get into it. I think I have actually said something about how election is run here, or what I found as a surprising feature when it comes to election campaign and the in-your-face type of campaign that happens back home as compared to here. It is so subtle, you only might just get wind of it when you see ads running on TV, but they're not as in your face as I was used to back home. And it is sort of free from violence here compared to the I need it by force or fighting to the nails supporters, going on the street protesting, killing people just because they want to be in a position of power, and they want it by any means necessary. Now, one of these clear phenomenon is the fact that in Australia, the prime minister, prime minister candidates, and they are nominated by their party members. Yes, there isn't any money or monetary exchange that is involved. Those monetary exchange or monetary contributions do actually come from you and I, or business people who feel the need to support their favorite party or leaders. So yes, whilst you get those voluntary contributions that might sometimes be skewed, as with every society there's corruption, but the level and depth at which it exists is very minuscule as compared to Nigeria. So I'm going to be thanking Rotimi Fasan for this particular article. He published this on Vanguard Nigeria, and I saw the article. Now, what led me to actually search for this article was the fact that on Twitter, it's been awash with the fact that presidential aspirants in Nigeria, because it's going to be an election year come 2023 back in my home country, where we'll be seeking a new president for the country. So I saw the fact that the nomination form for presidential candidates is going as high as 100 million naira. Now, if we convert this to an Australian currency, we're talking about close to $350,000. Yes, and I'm like, no wonder these guys when they get that nomination ticket or get to buy the nomination form at that high cost, and they eventually succeed and become president. They ain't thinking for themselves. A lot of people contributed that money for him to get the ticket. A lot of people contributed for him to get to where he is, and so he is literally going to be serving those certain few that propelled him to victory or propelled him to his status as a president. And yes, corruption cannot end in that regard. Imagine me paying 100 million for a nomination ticket as president, and you expect me to be thinking about you when I succeed? No way! And so corruption actually starts from the process of nominating a candidate for presidency. How appalled am I to have read this article? It is not something new. Now there's this, according to Rotimi, he said the APC party have got their nomination form sitting as high as 100 million for presidential aspirants, 50 million for governorship aspirants, 20 million for senatorial aspirants and 10 million for aspirants for the House of Representatives. Just imagine. So let's just say the power play or the power tussle or the power position isn't for the poor people or those with the true intentions to actually rule and serve you and I. It is for the elite, and for the elite to continuously fill their pockets. Because there's no way I will pay this amount for a nomination form and you expect me to be true to you. Hell to the no, ain't going to happen. I am going to make this money back 20 times over before I think about you. And so it's a greed phenomenon. It's a greed factor. And for the PDP party, their presidential aspirant nomination form cost sits at 40 million and 21 million for governorship aspirants. It is so ridiculous. I'm going to pop the article here. You're going to see it on my screen. It is so ridiculous that people have to, go to this length in chasing power, spending this much, and they're telling you I'm serving you. It's a democracy. And no way that's a democracy. That looks like a capitalist society. It's all for me and my friends who have sponsored my nomination form or who have sponsored my ticket to go and represent the elite, the few. Who's going to benefit from my power play or my power position? How sad. Again, I would always say this out loud, that the Nigerian system is actually a failed system. It's a failed system, and that is why we aren't able to get things right. There are people, don't get me wrong, who have got true intentions, who have got bright ideas to rule and lead us. But those people with sums like bounty on your head like this, there's no way those ones would ever get the chance. So you see the same greedy mofos sitting on top and making it harder and harder to achieve the basic necessity of life. It's a sad one, it's a culture shock, and I know I'm not smiling, but I just feel like it has to be said. I don't know if we will ever have a revival or an awakening where things would, would change. I'm not looking forward to what it will be like next year, given the high price for a nomination ticket. No surprise, only those who can afford it, only the greedy who can afford it would again aspire or arise to the top positions. Well guys, it is a sad one, but until my next fun culture shock, take care. Bye.